Whew, I am back. Hello people, welcome to the video. I'm wearing a headband today. This is interesting. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's new. Hopefully you guys are doing well. I am back from North Carolina. It was insane. I had a great time. Unfortunately, didn't do as well as I'd liked. 3, 2, 1. I have a big day tomorrow. The big challenge that I've been planning and I did is coming out tomorrow, so I'm stoked about that. It's going to be coming out tomorrow on Tuesday, and yeah, I am getting back to the swing of things. Unfortunately, when I was away in North Carolina, my schedule got thrown off. I didn't get to train at all. So basically, I got back in yesterday, and I'm going to be going to train today, and I'm going to be going to deadlift. Now, it's going to be interesting to see where my numbers are at. I did hit 405, 415, and 425 last week for 3 consecutive sets with 3 reps, so I'm going to try to move it up this week, hit 410, 420, and then 430 for 3 sets. That's going to be my way of overloading this week. So hopefully things will go according to plan. Admittedly, when I was away in North Carolina, I didn't get to get in my training. My nutrition was all over the place. I did a burger contest, and I was in the airport. I was doing a lot of walking around. So today is going to be interesting. I'm going to get a meal in. Admittedly, right now, I kind of feel a little bit weak, but I'm not going to let that get to me. I'm going to go in and bust my ass anyways. It's time to get some food. Let's go train. Well guys, it feels really awesome to be home. It's time to get back into the swing of things. Let me tell you guys, that was probably the greatest deadlift session I've had all year. And I went into it not even expecting much. 410 for 3, 420 for 3, and 430 for 3 reps, all 3 consecutive sets. Got where I wanted to go. Got what I wanted to get, I should say. And guys, that's setting off. It's a good start to the week. Let me just put it that way. I feel like I should go more in depth into my mindset as to where I'm at right now, but I just feel so good and I feel happy about where I'm at. Even if I didn't hit my numbers today, I'd still be in a really good mood. I did some pause squats afterwards, and surprisingly, I don't know what it is, guys. It's just I feel really good about my lifts right now. I did 245. I did all my pause squats without no belt, no sleeves, nothing, and just felt really good about everything. And I just feel really positive. I'm focused in the gym, and I'm just right where I should be. I got a lot of just different, I don't want to say negative comments, even though I did get negative comments in my last video for whatever reason. I'll go into that in the later part of this video. But yeah, I was thinking about a lot of the things that were said, and just kind of just put that out of my mind and went to the gym today and did my thing, kept my mind straight, and I got a positive outcome. Did some really heavy glute hip thrusts today, and the last set of those really kind of pissed me off. I'm not used to doing 385-pound hip thrusts, but I definitely want to start going heavy on those, and growing the booty isn't the worst thing in the world. So I am going to get home, do some editing, and I will see you guys a little bit later. Alrighty guys, so I'm back from the store. I got some groceries. I'm gonna show you guys what I got right now. First things first, because I have to get my fruit, I got my apples and pears. That's an essential in my household. I'm going through about like 4 or 5 apples / pears a day. I don't know if there's any chance of pear or apple intoxication, but probably there. I got some Brussels sprouts. I'm gonna make those tonight, fresh, well, in the air fryer. And then I got a red tomato to do a little stir fry with. Some Carb Master yogurt, some peanut butter. Once again, I get this question a lot. I do go through a lot of peanut butter, so I usually have about 2 to 3 jars a week. That's a good source of my actual fat. It's actually one of my only sources of fat, and I love it. Egg whites right there, head of lettuce like I have every night for dinner. I got some cereal. I go through a lot of cereal, usually about 2-3 boxes a week. This is actually just like a generic Kroger brand. I really like that type of cereal. It's like Toasted Flakes. It's like a play on Special K. And then I got some rice cakes, and I might do a little live stream tonight. I'm not going to actually be drinking any alcohol, so I got a little beverage for that that's not alcoholic. Last but not least, I got some garlic. That's it for the grocery haul, guys. See you in the next part of the video. Alrighty, guys, so I'm back home from the gym. In the last video, you guys said that a few of you guys said you wanted to see more recipes, so I'm going to show you guys a little something I used to make a lot, and I actually find it's pretty good, pretty macro-friendly too, and it's just something that I like to eat, especially if you want to get some vegetables in. So we're going to make some zucchini fries. So breadcrumbs, garlic salts, like so. A little bit of onion powder. Egg whites on plate. Air fryer thingy. Dip them in and go. This process may take a little while. Moments later. Boom. Look at those things. Crispy. Crispy. Look at that. We got some chicken, some salad, but most importantly, we got some zucchini fries. These are lightly fried in the air fryer. Let's try it out right now. It's fire, guys. Let me know if you want to see more recipes. I actually kind of like doing these. It's a nice little spin on the whole vlog thing I got going on. The next day. Alright, guys, so it is Tuesday morning. I'm about to upload the biggest video I'm ever going to make, aka my 100,000 calorie challenge. It's going live on YouTube in about 20 minutes. Deadlifts went amazing yesterday. I'm still blown away by how I did. I'm going to continue to do everything I have been doing. It's the biggest thing. Probably going to go on a bike ride after this is uploaded, and after that I don't really know. I'm going to go, I usually front squat today, but I don't know. I'm just going to kind of take today however I want to take it. Most importantly, I'm going to see how this video does. I'm expecting it to be pretty good, so we'll see how it works out. Alright guys, it's time to make this video go live. Let's do it. Boom.
next day.
Well, alrighty guys, so 215 pounds for 3 reps. Now, I did do 3 top sets with 215. I got 3 reps on the first top set and 2 reps on the next 2 top sets. So overall, I'm really happy with where it's at. I actually haven't gone over the past few weeks and actually a few months of benching, but I think right now I should probably kind of just show you guys how things have slightly progressed. Out of all the compound movements, the bench is the slowest to progress for me. Again, I like to reiterate the fact that I have a very, very, very long wingspan when it comes to my arms. My arms are very long, so therefore you have more range of motion to travel when it comes to pressing. Surprisingly though, my overhead press has always been a movement that I've excelled in, so I have a very, I wouldn't say actually I have a very strong overhead press. I don't think any of my lifts are really that strong, but it's up there. But I had a great session. I focused on some other stuff. I did some skull crushers and other accessory work, and it's really good. I'm actually about to go get my car serviced right now. After I went out to North Carolina, I had a bunch of stuff to do before that I kind of pushed to this week. So I'm glad to be back home, and I'm going to have to start getting all that shit done. So we'll see how that works out. I'm going to go get my car serviced, and I will talk to you guys later. But overall, really, really great session. What's going on, people? So I wanted to kind of set aside some time that I feel like I need to kind of dedicate towards the followers of this channel and just actually myself, just because I feel like the channel that I have here, the context that I'm speaking in, everything is completely different than you guys are used to seeing. 99.999% of you actually watch me on my main channel. That's how you guys mainly found me. So I realize that you guys are used to seeing somebody that doesn't talk about the things that I talk about here. I released the last vlog, I released the last video, which I like to think is a vlog. That's basically what I'm used to posting on this channel. And I posted it, and then the next morning I flew out to go to North Carolina. So I was scrolling through some comments, and I think, I just put out a podcast a few days ago called, actually just kind of just going over the book that I recently read called The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. And I can't really reiterate enough the point that I try to make. I try to talk to people a lot about really the stance that you should take with yourself in especially in this day and age where we're so used to putting ourselves out there for other people. Long story short is I was reading over a lot of what people say to me. I read every single comment. I don't know if people really understand that, but I read every single comment, and I also try to point out as much as I possibly can that we live in a day and an age, especially when it comes to what I put out for people, fitness, health, whatever you want to call it, training, workouts. We're used to overgeneralizing and oversimplifying things that don't need to be overgeneralized and oversimplified. For example, myself as an athlete, as somebody that's been lifting weights for a long time, I'm simply just putting my information out there for you guys to absorb and apply to your situation or get inspiration from, if that's possible. I don't really see any harm in that. When I have people go on my channel and make stupid comments or just say really idiotic things, I can't control that. I read these things, I want to instinctively go, what the fuck, this person is so, why would they say something like that? How stupid, how, that's dumb. Why would you say that? Why would you think that or say something like that? Instinctively, I want to do that, but at the end of the day, I don't really think people understand, and especially now more than ever,
I can't really give a shit. Now, all of you that do support me, I obviously care about the people that are in my corner that support me and want the best for me. But when I read comments like, he's also a hypochondriac, so now he needs all these pills for a condition which he doesn't have. This guy could take placebos and say there are working more issues than just his genetics. To me, that signals someone that has no idea about my history with a condition that I actually have been diagnosed with. All these things, I'm sorry. I'm simply just a person trying to figure out what works best for him. And I constantly try to let everybody out there know that you can do that. That's what life is all about. It's about finding what works best for you. So when I read things like, fuck off, Erik, try being fat for once, it's just sad because I'm used to seeing that on my main channel. And I gloss over things like that, and I'm openly inviting people, I guess, now to go from my main channel to my second channel. So that's what it is. It's hard to not give a shit about things. It's really hard to not give a shit about people that think that what you're doing is wrong, regardless of how many times you try to show the reasoning behind what you're doing. For example, the last video I made before I left for North Carolina, a simple 2 to 3 minutes of me being frustrated in the car 2 weeks before I made some actually really important changes into my life, which resulted in me having favorable results. People didn't actually see that because it was in the later part of the video. All I can say is that I'm doing phenomenal right now. I'm happier than I've ever been. And you know, if someone wants to think that whatever I'm doing is based on a placebo, if someone wants to make assumptions about like my lifestyle, and people that constantly say, dude, the reason why you're not making progress is because you're not eating enough on your off days, and I eat more than enough, hence I put on weight, and that's why I keep gaining weight. That's why I can't keep justifying that to people and trying to please other people, so therefore it's not really worth it for me. So all I can say is that now I'm really just, I try to respond as many of your comments as possible. I try to respond to all of you, but I just want to say that the take-home message here is stop oversimplifying. Stop overgeneralizing people based on what you may see or have seen out there on the internet or in your own personal lives, or relying on your own anecdotal experience on what you've been through, because that's not the same for everybody. Also, respect the fact that people that are vulnerable, and this doesn't just apply to me, I'm sure a lot of you have been vulnerable in your lives to a large amount of people. Think about if like you were giving a speech in front of 600 people. That's exactly how I feel, even though sometimes it's thousands of people. Think about that. I'm showing you a part of me. Anyways, guys, I feel like I kind of had to say something, but also know that it's important to not give a shit, and it feels good once you do. It feels good.